I was just hoping that you could please just introduce yourself and your business to us.
Absolutely. My name is Joseph Nance. My business, we do buy and holds and flip properties. Um, uh, that's kind of the gist of what our company is and who I am. The main reason that we decided this is going to be a great program for us was one, we've done the conventional lending, which takes a big toll not only on yourself, along with the amount of paperwork, along with going through all the funding and so forth, which is very daunting. Then we've also gone through the hard money lender side, which is quite expensive. It's just as daunting, just as much painstaking. And then we've also, come out of pocket when it comes to being able to do buy and holds and doing flips as well. And there's always a cost to doing business. And with this program, it's given us the opportunity to do flips. It's given us the ability to buy properties at much discounted and be able to work much quicker and not have to go through so many hoops in order to go through business.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Joseph. And then the last question I want to ask you is if you don't mind just sharing what kind of the results you've seen from going through the on one-on-one coaching.
So I didn't know what to expect at first. I already had some relationships with some of the lenders that were suggested to me. And because of those relationships and because of the relationships that were offered in front of me, I was able to successfully secure $100,000 for myself and also an additional 50,000 for my wife as well. Both through our business. We are grantees or grantors for the loans and everything, but just the opportunity to have 0% financing for those 12 months is a huge savings for us. So definitely a good success story.
Oh, fabulous. And I'm just going to throw this surprise question in here because I just thought of it now. You were mentioning earlier that your service delivery from our team was pretty good. Do you mind just elaborating on that, or even if it was bad, what was your experience with our guys?
So no, I didn't have a bad experience. I will say that the level of service that has been delivered from your guys' company has been phenomenal. The check-ins, the questionnaires, the everything that goes involved with the process of getting the applications through and who to speak to and everything. Everyone's been very, very nice and very kind. Um, even the smallest questions that you would think are silly, they're not necessarily silly because you don't know the answer. So when you ask, they're very respectful in answering back and pretty good about as far as a timely manner as well. So customer service is definitely a 5 out of 5.
Uh, oh, fabulous. I
Five
love
stars, I
yours.
guess.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. That's it for my questions. But Joseph, I appreciate you, and I've made notes of everything you've said. And just as like a special note, I'll put on your file to get back to you. Should we make any changes in the system or things
Yeah.
like that, just to keep you updated. Okay. And you do have lifetime access to the course. So if you do want to do this by yourself again, you now know how. And if you forget anything, the course will just refresh your memory on it.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you, Joseph. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
So, if you could just start off by introducing yourself and your business.
Hello, I'm Amedeo, owner and founder of Stone Blocks LLC, natural stone business company.
And could you tell me what was your why or what was your situation before you decided to join us?
So I was so right before the 2 years my company was founded, and quite hard find some funding. So I heard about SMB funds, and I was curious about, and we started working together.
So you said that you were kind of looking for funding.
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay. Could you just talk about as you're looking for funding, how did you find us?
Just by chance, Googling. So yeah, I found you in the internet.
Perfect. And then could you talk about your results with us so far?
So far, the results are very good. We started working together since months ago, and probably a little bit more than a month, probably a month and a half, and we already approved for $100,000 worth of funding. Like you said, we barely start. We just did the first two applications, and thanks also to the financial status of the company, we were approved. And but we have way more to go. So I'm pretty positive that we can gain more funding, and yeah, that's pretty exciting. Funding are important, obviously, for a startup. In our case, is very good to have a cushion, in case something happen, or also investing in machinery or anything that a business can need. Yeah.
Exactly. And then just two more questions. Now, one, I was trying to check, but did you get a chance to go through our training course at all and watch those videos? And can you talk about that?
Yeah, was I watched that at the beginning before we start the process, and that gave me a good idea of what the process looked like, and yeah, very very concisive and intense. You explained very well, pretty much the whole process. Very helpful.
What would you say to someone that's on the fence about signing up with us or, going for the funding?
The beginning can be very worth it. So don't be afraid. If you think that look costly, like I said, can be very helpful to have somebody that guide you through the process, that teach you how to do it, and yeah, put together a game plan for you.
My name is Corey Hubert. So I run two businesses. One is a business intelligence and encryption company that's more on the consulting side, and the other side is actually an investment research company. I was pretty impressed with things with Chase, actually getting in contact with a personal banker, actually having the application filled out for me for the most part, and based upon everything that we've discussed, and although that process was long as expected, for a bigger institution, it seems like the personal banker it definitely helped through the whole process. Same thing with Truist. So I think the institutions that you guys have a very close relationship with is pretty clear, and it made the process a lot easier in that regard. Yeah, I'm very kind of thankful of being able to kind of walk the same path that you guys have and your clients have, and not having to kind of fumble around, discover it myself, and maybe sacrifice some inquiries and things of the sort. So all in all, it's been a pretty good experience. So far it is it's 153K so far, and I guess we still have pending. It may be another 10K that may be coming up here, but so far it's around 153K, and we're only halfway through the initial game plan that was provided. There's still five more banks that's left. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start knocking at 200K by the end of this round. For anyone that's on the fence, I would say that would be the best way of saying this? It just requires getting over the little bit of a stigma that's related to having, multiple credit cards. But once you get over that kind of initial kind of mental block, then it's a pretty legit. Realize that it's a legitimate way of raising some cash for your business, and it's probably a good entry point, especially if you don't have something that's going to be doing 10x or 20x. And 0% is better than an interest rate that you would have if you did angel investing, and it's probably a good starting point before going into business loans that are going to have some type of interest rate attached to it. So you're probably better off sitting and playing in 0.0% land for a while before going into business loans that's going to have some type of APR, a longer, and maybe that's my next step, to go to longer lines of credit. But in general, it's probably a good place to start. And especially if you don't have a yield calculated for your business, because again, you'd want your interest rate to be lower than your yield. And if you don't know quite where that's at, that's yet another good reason to go this direction.
Hi, my name is Evan Kennison, and my business is Believe and Energize the Solution. I'm doing real estate flips and trying to get to more rentals.
I love that. Thank you. And so when you were out searching for help, what made us stand out from the others?
Just the quick access to multiple cards totaling over 100,000, and I had a good credit score that kind of pushed me that way. I figured I wouldn't have a problem with the program.
Okay, awesome. And then so, yeah, speaking about you being a part of the program, could you talk a little bit about your results with us so far?
So far, I have $100,000 in credit cards, and halfway through the list. Little struggle with the last two, or the next two, but I think I have that almost smoothed out. Looking at probably close to 200,000 by the time I'm done.
And so since you've been working with us, is there anything, if there's anything, that exceeded your expectations while working with us?
The people I've worked with have been extremely helpful and kind. They gave me a very detailed schedule and a list to follow. Everything's going exactly as they helped me to set up.
Great. I love to hear that. What would you say to someone that's on the fence about signing up with us?
You need funding and have a decent credit score. You will work through this program in a month, probably, maybe 2 months. But just follow your team and it will work out.
That's awesome. And then lastly, I didn't get a chance to take a look. Have you gone through our course?
Very helpful, and it gives you a little bit of a heads up on what to expect when you start with your coach. And SMB has helped me tremendously. I appreciate y'all.
So the first question would be, please can you introduce yourself and your business?
Sure, I'm Jordan Gissemi. I work in real estate flipping, so buying up vacant houses, fixing them up to either rent them or sell them. My why is to, one, help revitalize communities so that people have quality housing. And another reason, of course, is financial stability, to build wealth for my family.
That is an amazing answer. I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you. And then can you just give me a little bit of just a short description, or just explain to me a little bit about the results you've seen so far?
So I've been approved for about $110,000 in credit cards, and I have a plan to increase the limits, hopefully about 50 to 60 grand more in a couple months. And the process has been pretty speedy for me, and I've really enjoyed working with the SMB team.
Thank you so much, Jordan. That's amazing. And then I'm going to ask you one more little question. What would you say to someone that is possibly on the fence about joining our program?
I mean, I guess I know their position because I was there just a few months ago. It seems like a new and interesting idea that you're kind of skeptical of, but I can say that it works. I can say that the SMB team will walk you through it. There are a lot of smart and talented individuals, and just do as much research as you can, and figure out what a good use of the funds will be and follow the directions, and you'll have good results. I would say definitely take advantage of the Circle community where you can ask questions and access resources, and definitely join the weekly calls that they have so you can learn what other people's questions and experiences are. And that way, you don't make any mistakes yourself.
Just a couple of questions, nothing major, okay? Of course, just be as honest as you can, good or bad, whatever it is, just, about your experience with that. So if you want to introduce yourself and your business and just tell us your why behind signing up with SMB Funds.
This is Miguel. I'm a mortgage loan officer, and I initially signed up for SMB Funds to get funding for my business. They helped me get about $111,000 at 0% interest.
What was your motivation to sign up?
The motivation was really just to have capital for my business, and the 0% obviously made it attractive.
What would you say to somebody that was on the fence about signing up with SMB Funds?
Oh, I'd say do it. Just like in any other coaching, in business, you need coaches, and there's a cost involved, but obviously it's well worth it. And a lot of the stuff too, you get, what I learned is with the points and things like that, you get cash back. So, I mean, really, it comes out to be free when you come out to all the perks that you get and you guys help with.
Wonderful. Yeah. And we don't talk about that enough, about the points of it, but that's a whole nother thing, right? Because you gotta, use all of these points, and you can redeem them. I mean, for whatever, right? Cash back into your hand, or flights. Like, that's how I use my points. Flying somewhere. I feel like you get the most bang for your buck with the flight.
Yeah, just from my cards, I basically bought myself a new Weber grill, and it was, I had about, I think, $2,000 of points, and I said, oh, cool, I'll go ahead and just buy a new grill, and yeah, it came out to $1,500, but just with those points, so it was awesome.
Miguel, thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, we are updating that phase 2 to include those business cards that affect your business credit score. So Thomas is working on that. So as soon as I get that information, I'll send you an updated game plan that'll have those listed out for you as well. So, again, because, a lot of those lenders look at the business credit, even though that they don't actually report to them, but they still look at them to see what's going on with the business credit specifically. So, building that up is also a good plan for you as well.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Thank you. You have a good day. Okay.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.